Okay. Oh yeah, we're back. Um. So I wanted to make a video of how much I've been changed, or how much I've changed within the past year, and I thought about, doing it on the go, as I've been doing it the entire time. But then I realized if I wanted to do this differently, then I was going to be at least a bit more serious. And since now I have an editor, I can be focused on the substance of the video rather than how it would look whilst editing it. Of course, my editor has full freedom of how we want to edit it, whether it be goofy, edgy, or wholesome. Will it affect his pay grade? Perhaps. I'm kidding. Anyways, this is what you missed out on me in the past year. I moved to Singapore in September 2023, and leaving me and someone to be in a long distance relationship. Obviously, with readjusting and starting in a new but not so really environment causes strains on the relationship. I was the new girl back in the city where she was born. The first few months were terrible, as I wanted to be this low-key mysterious girl that was so focused on her academics, but which only led me to being restrained from who I really am, a loud, crazy extrovert. I had made new friends, reconnected with some old friends, and started obviously singing at every opportunity I had. I don't know what's the deal with me singing, but hey, got me my rep. She's a singer. I'm kidding. I celebrated Christmas and New Year's with family friends because I couldn't go back home, and my relationship was falling apart within the process. Yeah. I did, however, get to watch Fall Out Boy. And that was one of the many lift me ups, I could say, that helped me in 2023. Watching Pete Wentz that up close and somehow manage to get the guitar pick. If I can find it. Somewhere here. It's my good luck charm. If it is here, still, I just put it in. One of the best memories I've ever had. And then 2024 comes around, and by this time I've gotten broken up with, but we were in a weird phase of a I hate you, I love you situation. And I can admit, I was a bit toxic, like crazy. But this eventually led me to make two best friends that I could ever have. Josh, who was one of the very first Singaporean friends I had made, and that has dealt with all the nonchalant bullshit I did. And Naira, who is the complete opposite of me and younger, but we have a sisterly bond. Josh was exactly the same person as me, except Singaporean and even more religious than me. I never known that I would finally have this platonic friendship I have with him, where we would just go cycling, karaoke to Justin Bieber. A lot of karaokeing. And that he would be one of the first people I would trust with all my darkest secrets. He was a true definition of a ride or die bestie. Ride and die. Right? Not ride or die. Ride both. I like to think of him as my saving grace of my moving to Singapore. Without him, trust me, I wouldn't even know what to do when I was sick and I had to bring myself to the emergency room. That was the guy who told me where I needed to go, what to do, and what to bring. I had a lot of meaningful conversations with him about life, family, love, career, and just a lot of trauma. He was the one that, funnily enough, got me into student council. Now, Naira and I have a different bond. We had one thing in common, which was older men. But we bonded more as soon as we got accepted into the Indonesian Club. There was a mosquito. We had very different positions, but we bonded over complications of our love lives and how the feeling of doing something wrong will always bother us. However, she was a lot more stronger than I was. She would cheer me up and say, "No need to think about men, just think about work." And move on, laughing it away. In less than 6 months of knowing her, my family and I visited the city where she lived, where my mother also grew up. The trip was great until we went to the mountains and I got a fever. There's even one night I told her my entire love life, and she just listened. Well, her and her big cutout of Louis Tomlinson. You'd be surprised by me say that we actually have similar taste in men's appearances, yet somehow we were both confused by who we end up with. These two were the most important. Why? They came with me to the airport and acted like we weren't gonna see each other, and then they made a huge birthday surprise for me, and I literally cried, both good and bad. But those two really took my pain away. Like, they took it so far away from me as possible and then just distracted me the entire year. And if it weren't for them always checking up on me, hanging out with me, singing with me at karaoke, or listening to my various amounts of stupid decisions of life, it wouldn't be the same without them. They weren't there when I cut my hair though, but rest assured, they were really concerned. Very, very concerned. Yeah. Oh yeah. I cut my hair. Oh, but seriously, after cutting my hair, I feel like I could do anything. Like, I didn't cry, weird enough. I just felt really, really powerful. Like the beauty standards were finally like beneath me, and I could still pull off guys even though I looked like an E-boy. Some parts are still healing. Like, it's not like an eat, pray, love situation. It takes time to nurture and to grow. So giving myself as much time as I wanted to, and to go wherever, at whatever pace I set it to, it was exactly what I needed. And that's what I did. I spent all my time on uni and friends. And of course, becoming president of the Indonesian Club. That's right. This whitewashed girl, became president of the Indonesian Club. Her. Anyways, making new friends in these organizations that I'm growing in is fantastic. Especially now that I get to spend more time with my dear friends that I get to choose, who also have personal goals. I'll tell you one thing though, being back in Jakarta every 4 months is like so weird, especially not getting reminded of me and like the place I go with my exes. And like my mom cleaning my room, so like majority of the stuff I don't know where it is, and it feels like the old me here is dying while the new me is just enjoying her life wherever she goes. And it's not that I hate this city. I still have people I can meet and reconnect alongside with, reliving some nostalgia, like going to the malls, seeing places where I used to hang out growing up and finding out they've been bankrupt and then changing to something different. But change is good. Sure, I mean, there's still like a lot of trauma and pain yet to be resolved, but without those lessons, I wouldn't be the woman that I am now today. As a grown 22-year-old Indonesian woman with a white girl accent. Pretty much like what you missed out on me. And just kind of like living her life freely. I mean, other than the partying part, we don't talk about that. I haven't written anything sad in a couple of weeks. We still get sad. That's a normal thing. Like, girls just get sad. Because hormones, boys. But yeah, that's pretty much like what you've missed out on me. And I hope you subscribe, because I actually plan to be more disciplined in content creation, alongside with like continuing this journey I have. And I hope you enjoyed this wonderful refresh start, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.